Well, there you go. So you're now in the live. Welcome, guys. Can you just do us a quick sound check and let us know everything's all right? Oh, pins and needles in my foot already. Sitting on this chair, it's so uncomfortable. But I thought I'd better be a bit more not so laid back and slouchy tonight.
Yeah.
Where's my mod? Do you know what? I'm going to kick it off anyway, Noreen. I'm going to pronounce it now. So, evening, everybody. So I have a special guest, Noreen, on here tonight. I don't actually know Noreen's story really, so I'm very excited myself to hear it. So if you just want to let everybody know how long you served in prison, what your crime was for, if you don't mind, please.
Hi everyone. It all started in 2015, April the 18th. I was pulled up. I was a taxi driver. Picked up some passengers, and I didn't know that they had plans or we were being followed. We stopped a few places, and I noticed a few people around in Hayes when we ended up there. But what I didn't know is they were police officers, But the boys had got off, they'd paid me, and I couldn't find my way out of Hayes. I've never been in that area before. So I was trying to do it on my phone, and the boys jumped back in. And I said, I thought you was going to your friend's house. And they say, yeah, auntie. They call me auntie because I'm older, kind of, looking. And they said, anyway, we'll get off just up the road. But as I was driving down the A40, I noticed that there was a car following us. But the guy looked Somali, kind of, I couldn't see properly. But my heart was telling me that there's something here. Either I'm gonna die today, or this guy is up to something. I said to him, "What's going on? Why is this guy following us?" They said, "You're mad. You're paranoid." I said, "This guy is following us." And I pulled off the road, and we ended up on Greenford High Street. I see all this police coming at me, and there must have been 40, 50 cars, helicopters. I just stopped. They said, no, 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 don't stop, don't. I said, I'm stopping. So I stopped, and he jumped out and ran off. And he goes to the other boy before he runs, come on, come on. And he said, no, I can't. And he looked at me, he goes, I'm so sorry. He goes, this is going to be hard for you, but I'll do my best to keep you out of this. It's not your fault. You only drove us, And I thought, what they're going. Then next minute, I see all red dots all over me and over my car dashboard. And they're screaming, put your hands up in the air. And I look like this to my left. And there was guns, pointing in my window and this side right near my face. I was screaming, I was like this, and I thought, my kids, my kids, my kids. I thought I probably never get out. I thought I'll never get out, But they took me to the police station, questioned me. They kept me there 4 days. This was on a Sunday. On a Thursday, they took me to Uxbridge Magistrates. My son had committed suicide in 2004. They said that I wasn't
I'm so
trustable.
sorry to hear that.
They used that to get me on remand, to make me look like a bad mother.
So I don't mean to interrupt, but obviously, some people have just jumped in, guys. Hi to you all. This is Noreen, and
Yeah, Noreen.
we are gonna. If you can hold fire on the questions till we get to sort of towards the end, we're not being ignorant, but this is a very different story, and we literally, we want to I want to hear it before we pump with the questions afterwards and get, lost track of the story. So as we can gather, so you've picked up, are these strangers to you? These people you picked up in a
I
taxi, or are
knew
they
the
regular?
mother of one of them. They
Right.
were,
So,
Asian origin. They don't like male drivers, so I used to drive her.
all right, I mean, you must get regular taxi people. That's fine. So you're driving around, you're taking these people here, there. So you're in police custody for 4 days. But what have you actually been arrested for? Like, what's
They
happened?
charged me for conspiracy to rob. There was apparently a robbery when they went into the house. Even though they had the keys in their hands, there was a robbery, right?
Right.
And the other charge was, I laugh when I think, because they charged me for 9 kilos of cannabis.
So they obviously had that in the taxi,
Yeah, that was in
of
the back.
course.
But because I said to the policeman, so why didn't I smell it? And he goes, it was sealed.
Yeah, it does. It comes vacuum packed, so it contains the smell.
Yeah. But the thing that upset me is when we finally went to court. They brought the bags, but not those bags. But these bags were torn open, and they let the all the jury smell it, which doesn't tell you that I couldn't smell it when it was shut. I said to my barrister, I said, "Well, what are they playing at?" I said, "Ask him. Is there a difference with it being open and sealed? Someone needs to bring that up."
Mm,
But they were playing games. That I was told that if I signed a form, right, and I could go home. And when I read the form, it was giving evidence against the boys that were in the car. And I refused to do that. And they said, you're looking at a long time, 18 years plus. I said, never mind. I'm not going to lie against someone's son.
yeah, wow.
You know.
So, I mean, so that's scary. Um, so you went in on remand, right? So we won't skip to the obviously not the good part, but obviously the sentencing. So, how was it for you when you got to prison? Because have you ever been arrested before?
No, it was a shock. I've listen. I keep to road restrictions.
Look, I get that from you, I get that. And
Yeah,
this is kind of like a very good example of how easy it is to land up in prison and
yeah,
how not all prisoners are scum. Okay, I
yeah,
made bad choices. I knew damn well what I was doing, but
yeah,
you were just oblivious, taking these boys around and doing whatever. And, they call you auntie, you kind of get sucked in, and you're not,
yeah,
you're not from that world.
yeah.
Um, so okay,
I
so
got
you
stuck properly, good and proper.
and
But
the thing is as well is like, people might sort of disagree with things you're saying. So I'm just going to say something, and it's not about me, but I just want to say something what happened with me. So there's three of us. My partner at the time, never been arrested before in her life. As soon as I got pulled over, they smashed the windows, dragged us out the car. I said, the holder was huge. You can't hide 7 kilo Class A drugs. So
yeah,
I said to them, the drugs are on the back seat. Yeah, they're mine. They're mine. They're nothing to do with her. I've told them in the interview, the drugs are all mine, blah, 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 blah. Because the other two went no comment, there's like, we're reminding all of you. So I've spoke because I'm trying to get her out of it. I don't want
yeah,
her to go to prison. But this is how corrupt they are. Bearing
yeah,
in mind, I've got a history of drugs, because people might go, oh, well, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't sound right. So this is why I'm piping in, because
yeah,
I've got a criminal record I've been arrested from the age of like 15, 16. But
yeah,
yet this girl's never been arrested. I've got a form for drugs. It's all on my criminal record. But yet they said, oh, how do we know I'm not lying? And them to bullying me into saying it's mine. So
yeah.
do the maths, man. Come on. Like I was a
They
known
were
drug dealer.
after one of those boys. They said he was scum. His other four brothers are serving life. He needs to serve life too. But I said, so you're going to use me, as your scapegoat to get him. You
Yeah,
want me to tie him down, and I'm not going to lie.
yeah,
I'm not going to do that.
yeah.
And They kept coming to prison to interview me. Even after I got sentenced, they harassed me. It was only when I got to East Sutton Park and the governor there stood up for me and he said, "Look, she's been sentenced. You know she's not here for what you charged her for." I listened to their conversation. They were in the back office in the governor's office, but it is what it is, and it's been a journey.
So, where you're coming off the van, you're going into prison. Tell me, how was you feeling? What was your thoughts?
I was like, wow. Real prison officers, not prison cell block H.
It's not like the movies, is it? It's not like the programs. It's nothing like that.
Listen, when you come face to face with big names, there was 5 of us that went in that night.
Where did you go to?
Bronzefield.
Mm.
And we got very close, very close. We took care of each other. One's still inside, but like, do you know the weirdest thing is you become like family. It doesn't matter whether it's house block 1, whether it's house block 4 or house block 3, you know. But because I got a job working for Safer Custody, and they loved me. I used to buy loads of tobacco. When the new ones used to come in, they had to wait a week or 2 or for the money to drop. You know how the system is
I know,
rubbish.
yeah.
I used to, share my tobacco with all the new ones and take care of the little ones, and I kept my mind occupied,
So,
because my kids were
sorry.
at home, so these were my kids for now.
Sorry, my bloody, excuse me. So literally, so we're going back into your first night. So it was a bit different then. There was no red coats, right? So
Yeah.
you went back to your cell and
Had a
anything.
cigarette. Oh
Of
my
course, yeah,
gosh.
because we were smoking
I
when
was
I went in. Yeah.
dying. I was dying for a fag. Oh my gosh, And it was a relief, but I've never rolled before.
Oh God.
So, and I thought, oh, what do you put in the end? Where's the thing for the end? And,
What was it like for you when you woke up in the morning, first thing in the morning? Because I remember
I hadn't stopped crying for 3 days because I knew what was going to happen to my children.
And how old were your children, if you don't mind me asking at the time?
He was 7.5, my youngest,
Oh
and my
wow.
daughter was 14, and my son, who's autistic, was 17. And like, they didn't know what happened to me for about 6 weeks.
Oh God.
So they thought I was dead. My family didn't tell them, you know.
Oh God. I mean, I can't imagine what that must be like because obviously I don't have children, so um I can't imagine how. Yeah, well, I've seen girls come into prison. I've done the meet and greet jobs, so I know. I get a gist of how it must have been. Um, so how long was your remand for?
17 months.
17 months.
And then when my appeal came up, the week before, the judge calls me and says, "I've decided to sentence you, but I'm going to give you bail for 3 weeks. But when
What?
you come back, you have to restart because I'm not going to put no conditions because you have children." I said, "What, you think I'm nuts?" I ripped up the paper. I said, I'll serve my sentence. I've done
Yeah.
half. I had in my head he's going to give me about 12 or 6, you know,
So how long did
which
you
he
get
did.
sentenced to?
I got 12 years.
Wow. How long did you serve?
I served 3 because the governor in the last prison helped me get mitigation, mitigation.
So you kind of done like an appeal then. I don't really know how that all works.
Yeah, I done a kind of appeal, and I don't know what he done for me because he worked for the MOJ, is quite high up, this guy's. And I got to do only 3 because I lost my dad in the meantime, and my kids were being treated very badly. They were listening to the abuse my kids were facing on the
God.
phone.
just take your time for a minute. I don't just please, honestly, don't go in deep in anything that you're
Yeah.
not comfortable with. I don't want to bring up any demons
Yeah.
for you. So
No,
please
it's
just take
it's
your time.
like my own family it was. You know, you trust your family, your parents, your sisters, you know. But I thought she would be better to my kids because she didn't bring me up. She dumped me when I was born, you know.
Yeah,
But
Jesus.
I was listening to my son, the youngest one, he was 7.5, getting punched in the head by his cousin, and you know, and
Gee.
that was torture. That, you know, it was torture.
Yeah, because I can imagine you must have felt so helpless, and obviously they're in someone else's house and they're not at home, and then
Yeah, and you're worrying if they're going to kill him or you know.
how did you cope through your sentence? You know, how like mentally? Because I had days where I didn't want to carry on in prison. So to then go through
Oh
that
no,
on
I
top
wasn't
of
going to
it,
give up. I started going round to girls that needed to talk, and you know, that needed help or were worse off than me. Their
yeah,
children have probably been taken to somewhere where they don't know, you know, or they've left sick parents behind, you know. So I used to keep my time went so fast dealing with this type of, you know. I'm laughing now, but you
yeah.
know, it was an experience, you know.
And so how did you find it? Because obviously you're not okay. Let the polite way, you're not from the streets. We can tell you're not from the streets. So
Yeah.
how did people treat you? Like, how did the girls treat you? Because yeah, go on. I'll let you answer that.
Uh, the kind it, I was quite lucky, you know, because I gave everybody respect, everybody around me. I didn't care who it was. I got love and respect back, you know. And whoever needed someone, I was there to give them a hug or, you know.
You was auntie in prison as well, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. There's always the auntie, and it'd be
yeah,
someone like yourself or mum or nan. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
There's a
you
lot
could
of
tell.
troubled youngsters and grown women that needed that hug, you know.
Mm. Oh,
But
100%. Yeah. I went through all different sort of age women and kind of all different, from rude girls to young, like innocent, naive girls,
yeah,
to all different kind of women. Um, did you see like fights and stuff in? How long did you stay in Bronzefield for?
I went in April 2015 and I came out. I went and moved from there June 2016.
Did you see a lot of fights in there?
Yeah, quite a few, but there wasn't too many, you know, it was okay. We kind of calmed it down and like, you know, what worth I used to say to him, why you in here? You're fighting to get out. Why are you getting yourself new charges?
Mm.
You know?
And then literally as well, do you find that it's more like slagging matches than it is physical fights
Jealousy,
or
female
bitches? Oh
jealousy.
God. Yeah, that's the
Female
worst,
jealousy.
especially if people are on rottles and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
um, so you do that then. So you move from there. What did you get shipped out, or did you ask to be shipped out?
I the minute I came back from court, I decided that's it. I'm moving from here.
And where did you go?
I went to HMP Downview,
That
and
intrigues me. I want to know all about Downview.
it had open April the 1st, 2016. I went in June. There was about 90 women there when I got there, and there wasn't work. We were locked up for like 23 hours. We
Wow.
could come out once every 2 or 3 days. We went to the library, get videos. I was enhanced, so I had PlayStation. I lent my radio to the girl next door, you know, things like that. So everyone had something, you know.
And
But
did you? Is that where you stayed, or did you move on from there? But
I stayed there. I got there June. I was asked to move from October, but I didn't want to move. I was scared to move because I had my own room.
Yeah.
And where they wanted to take me to, East Sutton Park, is dorms,
Yeah.
and I thought, oh my gosh, who am I going to share with? But it was good. It was a good experience.
So, but it's just to step back a tiny bit. When you was in Downview, did any in your time there? Did any of that change? Because like for me, I've heard it's like proper gang, like all little rude girls, whatever, and want to be all like gangster ghetto. There's a lot of fighting.
We're in
It's a
down
lot more
in
rougher
Downview.
Downview. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
So
That
did you get more out like so you said you was 23-hour bang up in the beginning. Was that your whole sentence like that, or did you get to start going to
for
work
four
before you
months when I
left?
was there,
Mm.
we were stuck inside our rooms. So I got there June, July, August, September. We were locked up, and the other poor cows that got there from July when it first opened. Was it June or July? Yeah, they were locked up all their months.
Wow.
3 or 4 days, 5 days.
What was it like there? There's a lot of like did you see a lot of fights or hear of a lot of fights and
Um,
stuff?
when we went downstairs to the first and second floor, yes, there was a lot of fights there and arguments, and the thing is Downview. There was still a lot of drones and things getting dropped, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
used to see them coming in through I hear zzz, and when you looked
Really?
over, when my bedroom was right opposite hideout, do you know it's like all aeroplanes in the air, but it's not. It's drones. There was hundreds in the sky.
What?
Yeah, honestly, one of the officers said to me, I said, I heard someone using a strimmer last night. He goes, have a look tonight what it is, you
A
know?
strimmer.
And he goes, and while you're looking, look across there. And I looked across. That was their seg building that was opposite me, High Downs.
Oh,
I could
oh,
see
so it was
all
all the
the,
guys doing it.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, because for anyone that doesn't know, in Downview, they've got the men's prison next to it. They're a
Yeah.
lot more braver than what the women are. Like I never heard
Oh
of any
no,
stories
I've
of
seen one.
drones.
He ran. I don't know how he got out, and it was New Year's Eve, and he was trying to get over the fence. I think they took their guard off because I think there was a suicide in there, and what can you do? You just feel sad for them and pray for the soul,
Mm,
of the person. I think that is the worst part. What I had to experience there is when we lost people. But
I
you
know,
do your
I know,
best.
I know. Yeah, it's just got me thinking about people. That one girl that I didn't know her. I met her through inductions when she got shipped out of one prison, and then we get called up normally when they do a transfer one-on-one or someone's ghosted or a new transfer in. We
Yeah,
done me and my friend who passed away that was in prison. We done a meet and greet, and she was there, and sort of said like obviously spoke in reception, and then maybe once or twice after that. But she took her life. A few months later,
that
she
wasn't
moved to another
Peterborough,
prison.
was it?
Yeah.
What's her name? The South African kid
Oh,
girl.
no, 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 no. I don't know if it was Peterborough, actually. I'm sure she come from Downview to Send,
Yeah,
and then she left Send and went to another prison, but she'd been threatening to do it. She was struggling. She was serving a long time, and she did. But when the letters come out, you just like it's mad. It
it's
hits
shock.
different. Yeah. I
It's
mean, not that it
shock.
doesn't hit different out here, but kind of think,
When you're in there, you think,
yeah, like
wow,
these
that was my
people are in
friend.
just dark places, and it's like, damn, like I was like yourself, I'd done jobs to try and help other women and support. I'd done listening and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, you just kind of feel it for a hot minute. You feel it like it's someone like really close. It's weird. Um, but yeah, so I've lost my train of thoughts now. So we're in Downview, and did they ship you out, or did you
He
decide to leave
asked
there?
me to go. He had been asking me for a while. He said, look, there's a young lady that's desperate to go there. And I said, look, I never asked you for anything. I just want to go somewhere where I can see my children.
Mm,
They can't come to me. I need to go to them. I said, it's not going to happen tomorrow, or day after tomorrow. But it goes, yeah, all right, I promise you that. It took like 6 months, but I got it because I was decat by then.
Yeah.
And I went from there to East Sutton Park. And I
See.
thought, what have I got myself into? But then it was okay.
Yeah.
We all went into the same bedroom. The ones that were on the van, there was about 7 of us that day.
But how many there's like how many is there, like 4 to a room or something, isn't there?
The biggest room was 8.
Yeah, stuff that, man. I can't. I don't like doubling, let alone being in a room with like 2, 3, 4 people, let alone 8.
I was in a
I'll go
4.
insane.
Yeah, I was in a 4, but 3 of us had been from Downview, and got on really well. And then the other girl came in, and she was very nice too. We got on really well.
So
We
what was yeah, that's a
lights
lot.
out at 11.
I've known a lot of girls. A lot of girls have gone to ESP, and they wanted me to go there, but I was in a situation with mum that I was closer to home. It made no sense. Luckily they put a hold on me, but I got told there's a lot of bitchiness in ESP comparison to the other
It is.
prisons.
It's no more than anywhere else.
But the mad thing is, though, is but the difference is, right, so guys, so ESP is an open prison in Kent. So you literally can walk out if you want to. Like, there's no gates, there's no guard, there's no nothing. If you want to go out in the middle of the night, you can go out and never ever come back. So
Yeah.
the thing is every girl there is doing their rottle. Now, rottle is where you work outside. Like they, release on license, temporary license, whatever it stands for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I had 2 jobs.
yeah, but so everyone's in the same boat. But everyone from the girls that I've spoken to directly that have been in the prison, not like she said, he said, she said, literally, they've said it's horrific. They've had
Yeah.
stuff like saying about, but they're just jealous. But what I can't get my head around is you're all in the same boat. You're all doing the same thing. You're all working outside. So when I was in Sen, people were saying I had a phone, I had X, Y, I was doing X, Y, and Z. So they were trying
No
to,
way.
yeah, but they were lifers and stuff. They were never getting out, or they weren't getting out for at least
So
like
it won't
12
make a
years.
difference to
So
them.
you can understand the jealousy, like, because I see how lifers were very different. Not all of them, but a
Yeah.
lot of them were really tapped in the head. Now, being in there 24 hours a day, knowing you're not getting out anytime soon, I guess it would send you doolally. But I can understand a little bit their jealousy and their envy. But when you girls are all going out doing the exact same thing, why are you trying to ruin each
No,
other's
the thing is, his
rotto? So
son got better
madness.
jobs.
Uh,
Maidstone Council took some of the girls as well. And Greg's, I didn't want to go for Greg's. You had to work for free for 4 months. And I thought, no, I need to send rent money to my kids.
yeah,
So
stuff
you
that.
have to do four weeks of voluntary first.
Yeah, I had to
And
do
then
that.
you can get a paid job. So I was lucky I got into Sainsbury's.
Yeah, they're really good, aren't they? They're really
Yeah,
good at taking on girls. A lot of girls are still in there, got good
yeah,
careers in there, and I think that's amazing what Sainsbury's do. It really, really
yeah.
is because it gives girls a chance. But the
And I
prison
was with
take
Sue
40%,
Riders
don't
at
they?
the same time,
Oh
the
wow.
charity Sue Rider.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. God. But the key thing is keep busy. That's how you
Yeah.
get through your sentence.
Sunday I used to spend in, Saturday I'd be home with my kids.
Yeah, because you get extra rules as well, wouldn't you?
I
So you
was
get your
lucky, yeah.
standard one, and then people with kids get the extra. Did you ever come into any altercations? Did you ever get in any fight? Not physical fights, but did anyone ever start on you? Did you ever?
There was one girl, and she was from my area, and she started making up things that I knew everything. I'm a grass, and this and that. And I said to her, you know so much about my case. I said, it's not over yet. Why don't you come and give evidence? I called the officer Nick with all tattoos up his arm, right? He goes, yeah, what can I do for you, Rasaid? Not even Rashid, Rasaid. I goes, she's got some information about my case. She never spoke again. I thought, that's the easiest way to deal with it.
You got to keep your mouth open, and that's it. Because then when you mock someone like that, they can't even come back at you. You
Yeah,
know.
because if you let them shit on your head, they'll keep doing it, you know.
So you've watched, right? You've been in 3 different prisons. You probably I would say Bronzefield. Well, I don't know about Downview, but Bronzefield for me was rougher than Send. You know, it's a lot of different kind of. It's a whole different environment. Send is more sort of settled. You know, so looking at all the girls, and you've obviously seen all different age groups come in. You've seen different type of people. You've got people that think that you know that or they are from gangs. You know, 'cause some are. Uh, you've got vulnerable young girls. So you must have seen a lot of how newbies coming in got treated. Do you think you got treated better, like because your auntie, like because, yeah, I'll let you answer before I say what I sort of witnessed.
I think it was because of my age and how I was towards them. You know, it's like when one screamed at me, I said, "Do you need a hug?" You know, I come out with something stupid. You know,
Yeah, but that's you do. I say on here, people comment something like they
I
need a
didn't
hug.
want it to escalate. You know, with I didn't want more time, or I didn't want problems
Yeah.
and them to get into trouble as well. You know.
Um. Oh, I was going to ask you something else, but I'm gone brain dead now. But it was more because, like, was you shocked? Like, how was your welcoming when you come into prison? What were people like with you? Did people approach you? You know, did you just go out of your cell the next day? Did you mingle?
I was kind of I don't know, I was scared. I thought, would I fit in or whatever? And then a young girl shouted up, "Auntie, come down here." And I thought, "Oh, okay." She goes, "Come here. You're new, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Don't get stressed. Don't be upset." She goes, "I heard you cry last night." And I said, "It's better that I don't talk about it because I'll start crying again." So that's how we got on with it. And they showed me that I can get a job. First, it was the gym, there was nothing else, and education. That's where my new career is started taking off. Is the education inside. I brushed up on all my English, maths,
You
you
see,
know,
there's
business enterprise. I done it all there.
no, I know it's actually shocking how much work you can do for yourself in prison. But I'm just
Yeah,
going to go back a little bit because I've got goosebumps because I do say these things, you know, how I have mentioned before, how it's shocking how the younger, you know, what I don't know what you want to call them, like badder girls, you know, how they
yeah,
will take and I'm not saying you're old, but you're older to them, yeah. So the older women sort of under their wing, you know, and that that just shows you like how when I say people can be like a family, that you will get people that will be like, no, come on, I'll look out like not necessarily I look out for you, but come let me make you feel welcome because that
yeah.
one thing can
It
change the
means a
whole
lot.
thing. Yeah, and then you're just banging. It's like, oh my god, every fear, every emotion that you're going through has just gone because someone just reached out that helping hand
Yeah.
and that's all that you needed. Do you know what I mean? And it just takes someone to be kind like that, and you'll be very surprised how many women, you know, do that in prison.
Do you know we were on D Wing? D Wing has a bad reputation. That's where all the fights used to happen.
What
You know,
2D or where was you on twos?
2D.
2D, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Mm.
and there's always fights and all that kind of thing. I moved off three-seater there, and it was nearly Christmas. And I said to the guy, I said, "Can we have decorations?" He goes, "This one never has decorations. They're all a bunch of moosies, so and so's." I goes, "If I get them to agree," he goes, "If you get them to agree, I'll give you whatever you want." you know. So I got everybody to agree. I said, "Come on, man. Look, you're gonna be missing your families. Let's be like a family. Let's be there for each other." We won the competition. And Christmas Day, we're all sitting on the tables. We put all the tables together and sat there.
Oh.
It sounds like, but it
No,
was,
I know we did it. We did it. They did do a competition for the best wing on each house block, didn't they? They did it on the
yeah.
fours and the twos. I remember when I was on there. Um, Going back, actually thinking, did you come across anyone high profile, anyone scary? Did you talk to anybody like?
I saw everyone because I moved onto house block 4, and I wanted a bit of peace.
Oh
The
God, yeah,
other ones were too noisy and loud. People aren't sentenced yet.
yeah.
That is the worst part of the sentence. Sorry, I just wanted to bring that in.
It is.
Is being on remand and not knowing what
Yeah,
is going to happen. You may get out or you may get life. Anything between that.
but it just feels like a lifetime as well. I did
Yes,
eight
it
and a
does.
half months, 8.5 months, and it felt like 8.5 years. I think the rest of my sentence went quicker than the 3 years went quicker than
Yeah,
them eight and a
yeah.
half
The rest
months.
flies. The rest flies. But like when I went to house block 4, I was on C wing, and I had Shane Beck on there. I don't know if you've heard of Shane Beck, the one with a Mohican and tattoos and piercings all over her face.
Oh, yeah, I know. I don't know what she done. I can't remember, but I think I vaguely I
Yeah,
remember the
I
name.
killed her stepsister or something, and there's a lot of things like that in it.
Yeah.
But I never asked her. No one wanted to speak to her. So one day I was in arts and craft, and I took the drink and I said thank you. I didn't look up because I was looking at science. So then that evening was sitting down in C wing to eat, and Shane goes, "How come you're sitting next to me?" I said, "Why am I not allowed to?" She goes, "No, no one ever wants to sit next to me." I said, "Why?" She goes, "Because they know what I done. Don't you want to know what I done?" I said, "No, I've got my own crime, my own problem, you
Yeah.
know." And she goes, "That's so sweet." She goes, "You're always going to be my auntie."
I'll have you for dinner later.
In it, in it.
What
I
about
met
anyone else?
Pat Adams' wife. The big gangster of UK. They're one of those big gangster families.
I don't know.
Connie, I met her. I met Joe Dennehy. She used to always pick me for volleyball to be in her team or dodgeball, kind of thing. And
Did you
that's
get on
it.
all right?
Yeah, I got on with everyone, but that's where my psychology began because I used to watch like Shona Hall, Becky's, you know,
Yeah. Was she in there when you was in there? Because she was in there. I lived on House Block 4 as well.
yeah. Yeah, I remember when she came in and then she got on bail and oh, they took her to Eastwood while she was on trial and then she lost her babies and you know, I was there and she was having an affair with someone called Bernie from House Block 4.
I remember Bernie.
Yeah, those two were at it. So they
Yeah.
separate them for her trial so she can concentrate.
Yeah.
And who else was there? There was loads.
Mm.
I had to share a room with Jenny Gray, the one from Sutton, Ellie Butler, Ben Butler case. It was a big case. The Ellie was 8 years old, so 6 years old, and her grandfather had taken her for years. It was big news, 2016,
Oh wow.
and she got done for the murder. Well, she was assisting her other half,
And you
but
got
to
put in a
have to
double with her.
in four, there's four of us,
Oh,
right?
what in ESP?
Yeah, in that
Oh
dorm.
yeah, of course, yeah, because it doesn't matter what crime they've committed there. You just go
I
into a
tell you,
double by
when
their
you
choice.
know, when you live with someone, is when you find out whether they're guilty or not. I never judge anyone, but this woman, I thought she was going to kill us one night. I tell you, she got off and she just lost it completely, and the press was standing out the back. We've got a cemetery. There's a cemetery out the back of East Sutton.
Yes, yes, because I have been there to visit my friend.
Yeah, my bedroom was right opposite that cemetery
Oh, nice.
upstairs, and the press was standing there with cameras, and she's jumping around, and
Oh
this is
wow.
2:30 a.m. in the morning. Yeah,
Jeez.
And the next day I went and said to him, I said, you know what? Last night you're lucky we survived. You know, I said she's nuts. So they ghosted her right to send. You know,
When was that? I know because you no, I was in Bronze.
2018.
Yeah, I was in Send then.
Yeah,
18. I wonder if I was on reception then. Maybe, maybe not. I can't remember.
yeah,
So you do this journey. What obviously you're doing your home role, so are you seeing your kids and everything? I take it you're rebuilding a relationship with them.
yeah, yeah. It was hard. It was really hard. Uh, because all as you worry about is getting back on time. And believe me, my first day it was me and there was another girl, Finola, and I was meant to meet her at 3 o'clock to go back. We were going like 4 hours early so we don't mess up. She didn't turn up. So I got on the train. Trains have all stopped. I'm stuck in King's Cross, St Pancras. I'm crying my eyes out. I go up to a policeman. I say, listen, I'm from jail, right? I
Pull
said,
out
I
your
need your
license.
help. I said, I don't know how to get back. I'm going to lose everything. He goes, listen, he wrote down his number and everything.
Oh,
And for them to contact that I was crying. And, he told me which direction to go. And I got back at 9 o'clock. I was meant to be there for 8.
oh
So
wow.
I had to stand for adjudication.
Yeah, but they're good though because they can see the times. Like they always say, if you call up and you're getting a train and we know you've got a ticket and you can prove it,
Yeah.
um, so
Yeah, then
literally
he let me off.
they can look at the trains, they can see they're cancelled and stuff like that. So
Yeah. But the other girl wasn't coming back till she came back at 12:30. So that's the next day. And the police were looking for her all over London and everything. So you know where
oh
she went
god.
next morning at 8 a.m. as soon as the stretch vehicle came.
So yeah, did you? Sorry, because I know I'm going to forget to ask you. Little things keep popping in my head. I don't mean to be rude.
No,
Um,
no.
did anyone escape from it? Well, I won't say escape, but did anyone do a runner like and then was on the run for a little while when you was in ESP?
Yeah, there was one, Vicky Hayes Sparks.
I don't know who
she
that is.
she was messed up, poor little darling. It was the officer's fault. She shouldn't have told her on the side of the road before she was getting in the car. She went to her work, got her out early, and said, "When you get back, we're nicking you because you're not allowed to go to your dad's funeral. You're not allowed to see your dad at all. You know, we've decided that you're too high risk." She ran. She ran for her life. She ran.
I would have done the same. If you're telling me I'm not going to my dad's funeral, see you later. I'll deal with the consequences afterwards.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then she called me, and I said to her, "What the hell you doing? You had 8 weeks, 8 weeks left. Are you dumb?" "Auntie, what do I do?" I said, "Listen, I'm going to talk to Mr. Eldridge." She goes, "Yeah, and then I'll call you again, tomorrow when you're at work." So I went to talk to the governor, Mr. Eldridge, and he goes, "You're coming to tell me that she called you? Where was you when she called you?" I said, "At work, Mr. Eldridge." He goes, "Tell her to hand herself in." He goes, "I'll go lenient." He goes, "I'll make sure it doesn't go too hard. Please tell her. Please tell her." So I did. I text her in front of him, even though we weren't allowed phones inside. He goes, "No, in here, come here." And she texts back, "Okay." So she went to New Cross police station.
All right.
They nicked her and took her to Bronzefield, and they went to some case. And she only got to do 6 weeks extra.
That's good because you can get up to 10 years for that, for
Yeah, I told
absconding,
him what
can't you?
happened. I said that
Life.
officer did that to her. That's not fair. You know,
Yeah, don't tell me that I can't go because then if I don't know till the time, then it's
that
different. But
makes you
you're going to
so
do it.
vulnerable. You know,
Yeah. No, no. Sorry, I was just looking at some of the things. So your sentence is done. you come home, were you housed? Did you have to find housing? Was there
No,
a lot of
I
support?
was lucky because my housing officer somehow, when I got a court order in Bronzefield, I called her and I said, listen, my caseworker has been on maternity leave. She was meant to give you all the paperwork and contact you and everything. I said, my children are going to be homeless. I said, they're too big to go into care. They've been abused at my family house. Please help me. So she goes, all right, it's fine. Give your caseworker the phone. And she cussed my caseworker big time. She went mad at her. But, she kept it on for me
Good.
until I got started working and I started paying the rent from East Sutton Park.
Oh, good. So I bet
Yeah.
the kids were, like coming home, I bet the kids were ecstatic, weren't they?
My ever the I didn't have a clue what to do. I didn't have a clue what to do because my daughter had taken over after we snatched them out of my mum's, and she ran away with my youngest to Spain. You know, so that when we were having rottles, she was bringing them to my house, just so social services didn't grab him or my family.
Yeah.
But it worked out in the end, and when she moved out, I'm sorry to say, it's so hard when your daughter gets married and comes back home and to live with you. When I've already got three younger ones, you know.
But you're all back together now. You're all
Finally,
good. Happy
yeah.
family. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Did you want to? So, what was like? Obviously you've dealt with getting sorting the kids and your children back and everything like that. But what have you done since leaving prison? Like, how's life been for you? You know.
Well, when I come out, I before I came out, I had a job. I applied for it while I was on Rottle, and it was with Sue Ryder, and that weekend I got made redundant, so I got a job in one of the shops in Twickenham, and they gave me 3 weeks break before I started. As soon as I come out, and it was absolutely amazing for the first 3 years, and then my manager started going haywire and start abusing me and calling me up. I kind of grieved for that job, but then I started this course, and this has done it for me.
What course are you doing?
Criminology, policing, and forensic psychology.
Oh, wow.
And it's amazing, absolutely amazing.
So, have you fit? How far in? How long have you been doing it for? Are you qualified now?
So I'm second year. Had to do undergraduate year as well, and I've got one more year after this.
Awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Oh, fair play to you. And what are you going to do then? What are you going to do with that? What's your goals?
I've been looking around for prisons, if not in this country. The thing is when I came back, I when I used to switch the car on that I got nicked in, the police would be outside. The police were along the roads. I had to get rid of that car. So I got another car, and now I've decided that it's going to be hard for me to trust. I feel that I'm watched sometimes,
Hmm.
when I go out. I saw one of the officers from Acton Police Station. I was in the car park of Morrison's, and he goes, "Hi, Risaid." I said, "Do I know you?" I don't know you.
Hmm.
I wasn't gonna have a conversation. This is the guy that got me put away. I wasn't gonna smile and say hi,
Yeah, we're
lovely
best
day.
friends. Thanks for that, mate.
You know.
At least I can be grateful. It turned my life around. It was needed for me, but for you, it's
Do you know it
and
done
they
a lot for
know.
me?
They know. Pardon.
It done a lot for me. It made me into a different person. It's made me realize that, yeah, sometimes your family is no good for you. you
It
know.
shows you who really is and isn't there for you during
Yeah,
that journey, and I can only speak for myself, but the confidence it's given me, the kind of bit of self-worth, it's very eye-opening because you have to sit with yourself as
yeah.
well. Um, so you definitely learn a lot about yourself.
I met a lot of friends in there. I'm still in contact with a lot of the girls, the ones that haven't fallen in again, it's so easy
Easy, yeah, really
to go
is.
back. But like we've got a website, Mansion on the Hills ladies, for Eastern Park. And we go in there and sometimes we're so sad and they all start talking, where should we meet up? And the support will always be there.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, we had a brief chat before we come on, and you're hoping to do some work and stuff, aren't you? You want to help certain women. Well, not certain women, but we spoke about a certain. If you want to elaborate on that, about women that
Yeah,
get taken.
what I want to do with this degree is I want something else with it is my business. I'm going to set up a website selling gold jewelry. I know it sounds funny, but I've got a contact in Dubai and I don't have to spend any money on it. It's just for the website. And this guy is going to, once they click, say you're going to choose a bracelet, you like the ring, you pay for it, they'll deliver it by courier to your house. And that money I'm going to use for my project is to help some of the women that come out of the system and their PIP is waiting at the gate and taking them back on the road. You know, I want to see what I can do.
No, it's amazing, and that's sort of like a really, really powerful thing, and that's where we're at with me, Glenna, and Lee. It's not something that can happen overnight, but we have a goal, and I'm sure that me and, like I said, me, you, and Glenna can have a chat,
Yeah,
obviously off the record, because I think like I said, 10 heads are better than one, 2 heads are better than
of
one. So,
course. Yeah,
the bigger the team we build, the more powerful we become, the more impact that we can make on these women, the
yeah,
homeless, like you say, the ones that the pimps or their drug dealers are waiting outside the prison. There's so
yeah,
many, or even domestic, abuse, the partners are outside. So, so what we'll do is I'd love, I'm gonna, if you don't mind, we'll have some questions, and I'd
yeah.
love to have you back on and let us know when you've got your website set up, and we can pop a link on here and everyone can check it
I'll
out.
be I'll be in and out now.
Yeah, well, you just come
This
in
is
and pin it up
amazing.
yourself. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I was gonna pop up. It's a guys. If you want to pop out a few, are you all right with a few questions? If anyone's got
Of
anything,
course, yeah,
don't
sure.
worry. There's nothing horrible because they get blocked straight away. So someone's
Yeah.
just said, project sounds amazing. I was lucky this time. My boy Cope saved me, so no pimp waiting. I will help if there's anything I can do. Yeah, sorry, True Crime Whisperer. Yeah, I'm sorry. You are in this as well. Don't worry. Me and Glenna have already spoke about you as well, so I do apologise. This is what happens when you say names and then you forget people.
Yeah.
Should have just said there's a few of us. Um, but yeah, anybody else has got any questions? Do you know what? I'm so grateful for you coming on today, because it's you're just like I said, you're a different person. It's someone that maybe of your age or not from the street would think, oh, how would I cope in prison? And you are true inspiration to show, how you just survive. You spent your time still supporting other women, even though you were going through absolute hell. Um,
Yeah.
and you should be really proud of yourself. And prisoners are lucky to have people like yourself that do support them and be there. And hence that's why you get the name Auntie, because that's an appreciation of you.
Yeah.
What degree or qualifications do you need to help people, or don't you need any?
You don't need any actually. It depends where you want to go. Like this governor I've been telling you about has offered a job to us in HMP Lewis, right? So he's ready to take any ex-prisoner that wants to work. you know. So we don't need degrees. I just want to have that there to show if anyone asks. You know, it depends what the setup's going to be, but I've got it there if
Yeah.
needed.
True Crime Whisperer said, brave woman telling a story, brilliant interview.
Thank you very much. I think if more of us stood together, we've all been in the same boat, different times, different lengths.
Different experiences as well.
Yeah, but like, you know, we're all there for each other till the end. That's what I say to the lot I was with, you know, even now, you know, you can understand each other.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, like I said, it's so great to have, because someone asked me, I'm not saying you're over 50 or anything, but someone asked me quite early on what happens if you're over 50 and go to prison, and I made a video on it. But again, to have someone on it live and just explaining what it's like to be a mother, you know, hang on 2 seconds, sorry, there needs to be more job opportunities for ex-offenders to enter the workforce and not be sidelined. No, 100%. You're totally right. Thank you. I want to help people too. Love, amazing story. Love listening. Only qualification needed is compassion, empathy, and a willingness to
Yeah.
help and support people. Love this from Glasgow. Thank you, Glasgow. Yeah, 100%. It's true. I was going to say that. You know, it is literally just to be a genuine person and genuinely care. Like,
Just be
don't care.
you.
So
Just be you in it.
what was it like 3 days in a police cell? I was once about 8 hours and it drove me crazy. Well,
I was like, I wanted to be sick, and I couldn't breathe. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to me. I was so cold. I was shivering. You know, I felt I was gonna die. I wanted to go to the toilet, but I thought I'm not gonna sit on the toilet because they're watching me. The cameras were up there.
no.
So what I did is the little thing they gave me, I held it up and I went and sat on the toilet. You know.
No, it's horrible, isn't it? When I first went in, I got arrested. I felt the same. You feel claustrophobic. You freeze your ass off, and you've
Yeah.
got no idea of time. I'd to one day in a police cell, like 24 hours. I'd rather do a week in prison
Yeah. Yeah,
all
I'd
day
rather
long.
do that. And the food, isn't it disgusting what they try to
Oh
feed you?
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
That
I
made
don't
me
eat.
feel worse.
Yeah, I don't eat when I'm in there because as well I found a trick because not that I got arrested a lot or anything like that, but I found a trick. So if I don't eat, it makes my whole body energy low, so I'll sleep. So I would force myself because I've been in a few times for a couple of days and stuff. So I'd
Yeah.
purposely not eat. So then all I did was sleep away. Because if I ate, then it gave me more energy, and then you just they're like um just yeah, you got energy, you can do stuff, can't you? You can stay awake, but when you don't, if you don't eat all day, it makes you tired, it makes you feel drained. So I
Yeah.
just starve myself for a couple of days, just drink water. No diff-
Yeah. I don't know what I think it was shock, you know.
mm.
I just I was listening to what was going on about around me as well. And sorry, we're going back to the start. I remember
Yeah.
doing a statement and my solicitor read it and she goes, I'm going to have to rip that up now. You can't write that. I said, why? She goes, you're incriminating my other clients. So she was doing the case for all of us.
Yeah, but that's oh no, I think they can see you in the police station, they can't represent you in court.
Yeah.
But
But they
if
can't tear my, she can't tear my
no, of course
statement
not.
up.
Oh God, no, 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 no. Sorry, I wasn't saying that. I was just thinking out loud that but she probably was their local, so she was probably like their
Yeah.
solicitor they always use. Do you know what I mean? Um, Someone said amazing story. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. I think all of us have an interesting story.
Yeah, and just
You know.
everyone, it's and everyone needs to. I'm not saying everyone needs to share their story, but I feel like if everybody sort of reached out, even in a private manner, like through the Facebook page, whatever, I think there could be a lot of powerful work done. You know, you don't have to come on my YouTube and do a live to make a difference, but it just what it does is it pulls out more and more women from the woodwork, and then they go, I can relate. I've gone through this, or even I'm going through this still, or I've just got out of prison, or so for every kind of person that does have the confidence to come on like yourself, it can pull out people that actually need support and need help.
How did when you first come home and you sit down and everyone's in bed and you look around and you think, where's my friends?
Well, I
Where's
was
my
really
friends?
I
Where's
come
my
out in
pancake?
COVID, so
Yeah,
do you
where's
know
my
what?
pancake?
I was very blessed. I didn't really lose any I didn't lose any true friends during prison, and my family either. They were all, well, hi South Africa. They were all very loyal to me. I was very, very blessed in that aspect. Did you know, Will, that duty solicitors are actually all normal solicitors? They all have to take turns in doing it. So they so it could be absolutely top-notch solicitor, but they
Yeah.
all have to do it voluntary. It's part of I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my solicitor told me. I would love to share mine on here. I mean, Fran knows me, but others don't, so I'd love to share my prison experience and after in recovery. Yeah, if you're ready, Trees, and if you whenever you're ready, and if you want to, sorry, I was reading other messages at the same time, just reach out to us. Glenna will post up the Facebook page. That's the best way to reach out because it's a straight direct DM. Samantha said so much respect.
Thank
Oh no,
you.
it's been absolutely amazing to have you on. I really, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You're
Um,
welcome. And thank you for giving me this chance. And if anyone ever wants me to come back, well, I'll come anyway. But like, if they want me to be, here so they can ask questions, welcome.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'd love to have you back. What I would like to do is get a few of us um, on at once. We was talking about actually, my friend was saying to me like, could it be really good if you got a few of us, few of you on? So I think it would be really nice to get together some of us because I can do it in a screen where I think I can have up to 6 people in at once, or it's
Yeah,
8. But I think more than 6 would be too much anyway. I get a bit sort of like, but I think it'd be really good to have all different kind of people in the box, and or we're all
oh
just free
yeah,
for
that
Q
it'll
and
be
A.
fun.
Yeah, I think it would be really good, really good. Love
I,
to.
I I think some people don't understand that when you've been labeled, right, because you've been in prison, you may not have been guilty, you know.
That's the problem. You are though. If you've been in prison, you are guilty.
Yeah,
But
but
anyone
that's
else
it
that's not been in
automatically.
prison,
Yeah,
oh, they never think, oh, I've never broke a rule, or I've never done this, I've done that. You're guilty, and that's the end of it. And
yeah.
you're scum. You're this.
I've just accepted it. I
Yeah,
don't care anymore. I don't care what
listen.
anyone thinks because
You
I
know the
didn't do
truth.
anything wrong.
You know the truth. But
Yeah,
again, as well, yeah, another massive point is that it shows how innocent people can go to prison.
yeah,
And because you don't help the police out, they can drop it on you because it was caught in your car at the end of the day. If them two
yeah,
say, "Oh, it's not mine," that's
yeah,
in your car. End of.
yeah,
That's in your car, so you're getting done for it. And people don't understand that. People
yeah,
don't realise that kind of thing. Even though they know it's theirs, because you didn't help them and put them down for even longer than what they could have got, they're then putting you in prison to make you punished for not helping them. They don't
yeah.
realise how corrupt it is. They really don't. Ah, they're
It,
saying.
I found out now that this country's police is corrupt. Now I know. I didn't believe it before. I had so much love. I'm telling you, I used to think so highly of them
Oh, we got
until
a
now.
yeah, I know. We got quite a good question actually. Did the men try and incriminate you at all, or did they have your back?
They had my back.
So, like through court and that though, did they not say you had nothing to do with it? You was just a
No,
taxi driver.
I didn't even know the others. There was only one that had the number on there, and it wasn't even his number. It was his mum's number,
Oh,
and I wouldn't answer. And he rang about 40 times. You know.
so I loved hearing your story. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. You're amazing. That's that one. The Met Police are awful. If the politicians don't want to change the way they keep ex-offenders for entering the workplace, that it's down to the corporate entity to take the lead in this regard, mate. This is the thing: is there's not enough help. Always enjoyed tuning in. It's great awareness. Thank you, guys. No, thank you so much. I really appreciate because, like I said, and I can't believe I didn't even pick up on it. The fact that you actually wasn't doing anything wrong, so you've gone to prison for something you didn't do.
But
You've
it's
been
been an
torn away from
experience. I
kids.
loved it. I'm sorry to say it. I shouldn't say that.
No,
You can call me nuts,
I
but
try not to glamorize prison. This is the problem. I try not to.
I've met such lovely people.
I
You
know.
know.
I try my best to because it's weird because it's not a good place to be, and if you forget about the people that you met and you take yourself being locked up in your room every night in the first 6 months, year of your sentence, you wouldn't, you only fixated on that, you would feel so different, you wouldn't speak, but it's the people that get you through it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. They pulled me. I went through some emotions, especially in Downview. You know. I think the less you see people, the more it hurts. The more you get time to think. You're locked up for all
Oh
them
god,
hours.
yeah.
I was looking across this field, excuse me, and then the men's prison, which kept me going because I could hear them. Street words that they were using to each other. Oh, you know, I'm gonna get you, you know.
Oh god, that is so
Pass my
different
time
to
with that.
women. So yes, other people are just saying thank you for sharing, and they're glad you're in a better place now.
Yeah, you're welcome. I
So,
think
go on.
we
No, please carry on.
we all will be one day in a better place. It takes time.
Oh God, it really does. It really does.
It was only 3 years that I was out of my home, but to get resettled, it's taken nearly 6 years. You know, it was quiet. It was at night. It was dead. It was you would even hear the chains going. You know, in the distance.
Yeah, it's mad. I mean, I've said it before. I say it again. It took me a good couple of years to stop missing prison. But I can guarantee in that time, if you put me back in there, oh my God, I'd have died. I would have wanted to get
Yeah.
out because it wouldn't have been the same. It's not the same people. My enhanced wing doesn't exist anymore.
Is
So
it?
ENF in Send, the ENF was
Oh.
enhanced.
Okay.
They're derelict now. No one can live in them, so they don't even exist. And everyone that I loved is not there anymore.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah. Um, I met all my friends in care system, then onto prison, recovery and family life now. Wonderful. Oh, I'm really glad to hear that you're in. Everything's good for you, Derry. I'll say it right. Right. Yeah, guys. So 8:30, we're over on the True Crime Whisperers channel. We're live again tonight at 8:30. So please do subscribe if you're not already. So what is the worst female prison in the UK? I don't know. I think
I heard
everyone has
style.
Style and Eastwood Park, I think.
Yes.
But I've
Yeah.
not been
Because
in them, so for me, I can't answer that because you'll find all different prisoners have different views. Because someone will go, "I love Downview," someone else will say, "I hate that,"
I love
etc.
Downview.
etc. Peterborough. That's what I mean. I think everyone just has different experiences.
Yeah.
Oh, madness, but would cry to go back
But I
in.
found that the HMP, the government
Thank you,
prisons,
Karen.
are better than private prisons.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think
Private
governments
prisons are beautiful. They've got a phone en suite in some places, you know?
in the what private prison.
Yeah.
See,
Bronzefield and Peterborough, they have phones in the
yeah,
bedroom. They
but
were nicely decorated.
See, I found so in Bronzefield, it looks beautiful. The guards and the way it when you walk in between it all, but the cells are they're not like the cells in Send that you've got your own door. Like we were not in the main block, but where we were, we had an actual shut door to our bathroom. We had a bathroom, toilet,
Yeah.
sink, and a step-in shower. We had a radiator. We had a window that opens. Now, for me,
Like Downview.
Bronzefield was more like prison.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, the prisons, the private prison is crap comparison to the government because you can have all the canteen. You've seen yourself the difference. So
Yeah.
it's a big
And the
difference.
windows open. I
Yeah,
used to
exactly.
hang my drink, my Coca-Cola,
Yeah, in a
out
pack.
the window. So one day
Yeah.
there was an inspection, so they all come up to my room. Madam, would you like to step out of your room? Because I don't believe I'm asking this of you, miss. I said, what I done? He goes, what's in those bags hanging outside? I said, have a look. He goes, no, you tell me. I said, it's fizzy drink. And he goes, show me. And I showed him, and they were all laughing. You hang your fizzy drink. I said, yeah, I like chilled
Yeah,
drink.
we used to hang things off the handle, clothes, trainers. We washed the trainers. Used to hang them off the handle out the window. We used to hang cheesecakes when we used to
Yeah.
make a cheesecake, and the officer wouldn't let us put uh um they wouldn't let us put it in the fridge. We used to hang it out the window. Too bad. But sorry, I was just reading the comment. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna go because I promised I'd go and watch a film with Mum before I go on to the next live, and I didn't get to last night. She fell asleep, so I was in trouble today. So yeah, I really, really appreciate you coming on. Thank you for your time, and
You're
yeah, we'll
welcome.
definitely
And
have you
thank
back
you,
on again soon.
everyone. I'll see you again.
Yes, yeah, and we're on WhatsApp. We'll stay in contact anyway. All right.
Oh, definitely. Thank you
Thank you,
very
everybody, for
much.
tuning in. Thank you. Appreciate it as always. And we'll see you again at 8:30 on
Bye.
the True Crime Whispers channel. Bye bye.